So what's up everybody? Today we are going to be upgrading this telecaster kit that I built back in 2014. I got it from guitarfetish.com. It was about 80 bucks or so. And to be fair, they tell you right on the thing when you buy it that some of the parts are garbage, so you probably want to upgrade them. So I did immediately. I upgraded the switch to a Fender 3-way switch. The pickguard is a nice pickguard. And I think that's all I upgraded. Oh, the bridge. I completely upgraded the bridge. The bridge was garbage. So I took a bridge off of my other Telecaster and I put it on here. So it's a Squire bridge. It's not bad, not great. The pickups are terrible. The pots on this are the mini pots and they are already busted and scratchy. So what I did was I went to guitarfetish.com and grabbed some nice alpha pots, A and B. So A is for the volume, B is for the tone. And then I got a new orange drop capacitor and some wire because you're gonna need that. Since I already did the switch, then that's already done. And then I got, it came with a really cheap, crappy plastic nut, and so I got a bone nut that's already cut and is the right size and everything. You just drop that in and we're good to go. And just a FYI, don't super glue your nut. Don't do it. You should just be able to fit in there and then be a good enough squeeze that it can just stick in, and then the strings put the tension in and get that good. Or at least that's what I read. And that's what I've always done. So I'm gonna get right to it. Got my soldering iron here and we're gonna have some fun. All right, now I'm going to replace the nut with this bone nut. Everything works, went and checked it out, so I'll play a sample of it at some point in this video. But yeah, it's beautiful. What was happening was we would switch between the pickups and something wasn't right. Like it would cut out, and then I would pull the volume down, pull the tone down, and the volume would kept cutting out. So I figured it was in the pots, and sure enough, here's the culprit. These cheap mini pots that they put in it with this little crap capacitor. So put an orange drop in, put two alpha 250K pots, one an A and a B, one for volume, one for tone. It's got a nice switch in it, Fender switch. Next thing to do is to trade out pickups to get a little nicer pickups for this. Once I get the nut in there and then I get it set up, and get the bridge is pretty good. It's okay. It just needs to be set. And I think we're pretty good. Tuning knobs are, I mean, for this guitar, it's whatever. It's my son's practice guitar. So yeah, so here we go. Time to put in the nut. All right, so I got the new nut in there. Everything is looking great, except when I put the string tree in, it was for the old nut, which is taller on the, these things are so cheap. Look at this piece of crap. You can see that or not. But like, I don't even know. It's not right. So what happened was the string tree is too far back. So the string height, it needs to have a more dramatic drop. So I gotta move it up to here. Stay tuned. All right, all of the electronics are done, and I actually put the new nut in. Here is the problem, though. I'll show you real quick. The string height, let's see if I can focus that in better, is way too high off of that. And the reason is, number one, because the nut isn't fully, pull that back a little bit. The nut isn't fully in there. You can see the little gap there, and on the other side it's flush, but that side's not. And the other problem is that the nut is a different height than the old one, and it's cut differently, but it's cut completely differently because every nut is supposed to have a little bit of angle to it. This one has a dramatic angle to it, like way too high off the fretboard. It's supposed to be 4/64ths, and I don't know what it is yet. I'm gonna check it, but yeah, too high. So we're gonna have to sand that down. All right, the nut on the treble side is right at 4/64ths, right? It's what it's supposed to be. The nut on the bass side, though, is at, I couldn't see, 8 or 9/64ths, so we gotta bring that down. I have to measure it again, but what we're gonna have to do is we're going to have to angle sand the nut so that we don't lose the angle on that side, and we do lose some on this side, so we can bring the angle, instead of it being like this, we can bring the angle more like that. All right, so here is what I've done. I've measured, and what we want to do is you want to take your pencil and you want to color in the part that you're going to sand away, so that once you are done sanding it away, then you have the nut that you need and the angle you need it to be at. And then we gotta just make sure it's flat on the bottom level, and then we stick it back in and we string it back up, and we're good to go. All right, well, I finally got the nut down to where it needs to be. And so now, new electronics, same pickups, new electronics, but new nut. And now, plays nice. Doesn't sound too bad. Tuning's gonna be a problem. I guess it always was with this guitar. Tuning machines aren't great. Middle position. Bridge. put some compression on, see what that sounds like. Pretty nice. Here's some boost from RC Booster. Not bad. Here's some overdrive, boosted overdrive. And then here's a Cool Cat Drive pedal by Dan Electro. They used to be really cheap, now they're really expensive, hard to find. Check it out. Here's without the boost. Compressor and the Cool Cat. Ooh, that's a nice tone. Middle position. Now let's try the neck. Here's with the RC Booster. Middle position. Not bad. It's ready.